In today's video, we're going to be doing a review on the Ubermacht Cypher as well as take it out on the racetrack. Before we begin with the review, just note that you can actually get the Ubermacht Cypher for free this week from the salvage yard. So yeah, if you have one, do try to get it for free this week. But before we begin, let's see how it looks and at the same time how it sounds. Anyways, moving on to the review and starting off with the performance, and first up with the acceleration. So the acceleration of the Cypher is actually good. I won't say it's great, but at the same time it's not bad either. It has a lot of torque and punch in the low to mid end, but then at the same time it loses a lot in the top end region. So when driving this car in the twisties, it's very fun, but at the same time, the moment you take it out on the highway, or let's say a track with a lot of straights, it becomes very lethargic. So when it comes to the acceleration, I'm just going to give it a decent score. Next up, we move on to the top speed, and here is where it actually really suffers. And that is because the top speed of the Cypher is actually not that high. It is one of the worst top speeds in the entire game in the sports cars category. It's not really that fast, and you can really feel it in, let's say, tracks with a lot of straights and also in the highways. It is still fine to drive around in the city or in very small and tight tracks, but yeah, apart from that, it feels very slow. So when it comes to the top speed, it's really not that good. So I'm going to give it a thumbs down. And now moving on to the handling, and this is where the Cypher shines. And that is because the grip that the Cypher has is just amazing. It grips up very well and you can take corners at very high speeds. And not only that, but it has zero understeer and zero oversteer, which makes this a very easy car to drive and control. And because of that, it makes it friendly, and at the same time anyone can drive it, be it a beginner or a professional. So when it comes to the handling, I'm going to give it a thumbs up because it's actually pretty good. And next up, we move on to the looks and the feel of the car. So when it comes to the looks, I'd say that the looks of the Cypher is just very good. It's a BMW. It looks amazing. I really love it. It's one of the best looking cars in gtaonline according to me, and of course the sound that it makes again is pretty good. It's also one of the best sounding cars in gtaonline, so yeah, thumbs up for that. And again, when it comes to the feel, the car actually feels very nice to drive. It's very reactive and it just goes where you want it to go, and at the same time, like I said earlier, it's very easy to drive. So driving it around a tight corner or around a tight track is something which is very easy to do with this car. So all in all, I just say that this car is a very good car. It feels very good and it is very simple. And now we move on to the track test and as well as the conclusion, and starting off with the conclusion. So the Ubermacht Cypher, it's a pretty good, a pretty decent car. It feels great to drive, it looks very good, it sounds very good. The performance is okay-ish. Apart from the top speed, I'd say that it is a pretty good car. And I also feel that anyone who has the Cypher or who bought the Cypher is actually enjoying the car a lot. But at the end of the day, the performance is actually what really lets it down. The acceleration is decent, the top speed is horrible, but the handling is pretty good. And although I know top speed is not everything, but you actually need at least a decent top speed to be competitive and, well, to enjoy driving the car properly. And that is something that the Cypher really lacks. And also it's the only thing that ruins the Cypher for me, and probably for you guys as well. But with all that has been said and done, we now come down to the big question, and that is the Cypher really worth buying? And I'd say that the car is actually not worth it at all. If you're just getting it for free or there is a huge discount on it, maybe I can recommend it. But for the time being and for, well, how it performs, I'd say it's better to save your money and look elsewhere. Because for this price range, there are a lot of cars which are way better than the Cypher. And this is just my opinion. I know a lot of you guys are gonna hate me for it, but I actually prefer the Comet S2 or the S2 Cabrio and even the Growler over the Cypher. So yeah, if I were you, I'd probably get those instead, because not only are they fast, but the customizations that they have are just amazing. And of course, if you're a good enough driver and you can manage those cars, they are pretty good. Anyways, enough with that. Now on to the track test. And well guys, after a few multiple attempts in my own personal racetrack, I have gotten a best time of 3 minutes and 8 seconds, which is honestly pretty decent for a sports car. And there you have it guys, the Ubermacht Cypher, a very decent car which looks pretty good and sounds pretty good and also feels very good to drive. But all in all, at the end of the day, we don't just buy the car for the feel of it, we buy for, well, the feel and of course the performance. And sadly, the Cypher only has the feel and it lacks the performance. And with that guys, we are done with the video. I hope you liked the video guys. Leave a like, leave a comment down in the comment section and subscribe to the channel. It will really help me out a ton. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.